Hey everybody, Brian Tro coming to you from Mossy Creek Fly Fishing with your fly fishing forecast. The date for today is Monday, the 28th of July. It's a hot one out there. We've had a lot of warm weather the last few days. Looks like this might end up being the hottest week of the year. Next few days is going to be in the mid 90s or so, and then after that it is going to cool right off. Looking at some really nice cool weather coming in by the end of this week, next weekend. So we're still riding that rain roller coaster that we've been on for months now. Dried out a couple days last week. That was huge. Gave us the opportunity to get back on our larger streams, get the brook trout streams calmed down a little bit, got the big rivers a little bit cleaned up, and then whammo, just had a couple more big storms over this weekend. Huge ones, actually out on Mossy Creek at my house. We got 1.2 inches in an hour on Friday night, and then we got 1.5 inches in an hour on Saturday night. Everything turned to chocolate milk. Mossy got out of its banks, which it doesn't do very often. So pretty dirty out there. Your next couple days are probably going to be good fishing a little bit more subsurface. So some of the spring creeks in the area still off color depending on which ones got hit with rain, which ones didn't. You know, it's not every summer where we're talking about good streamer fishing, but certainly that's the case this summer. It cleans up for a few days. Fish will key in on the surface. They'll be eating Tricos mid-morning. They'll be eating beetles. And then 2 or 3 days later, we get hit with these big storms. Creek gets dirty, right back to fishing your streamers, sculpin patterns, things like that. So anyway, got a big cleaning out in the creek the other day, a couple days with no rain, and it will clean back up again, and you'll be able to get back to some of your surface fishing. As far as the mountains go, I feel like a broken record, but the fishing up there has been amazing. We have folks that really enjoy brook trout fishing. They come in every couple days, give us an update. Sometimes they're heading west over to the Alleghenies. Sometimes they've been over at the park. Doesn't really matter. Same story all over the place. Lots of fish, bigger fish, opportunistic, eating dries. On days where it's really big, we're fishing bushy, big bushy flies like stimulators and PMX just to help these things float. People are still fishing dry droppers on those days because under really heavy flow, some of the fish just don't want to come all the way up. And then if you get 2, 3, 4 days without rain and the streams calm a little bit, you can just begin to size down your fly a couple sizes, start fishing beetles and ants, fishing little humpies, things like that. So we're just gonna keep on fishing these brook trout as long as we keep on getting really good rain. And the fishing for trout in general for this summer has been phenomenal. For the bass, it's been a little bit tougher. So let's talk about that for a little bit. We've been on again and off again with these bass. Sometimes because the river's too big and flooded, sometimes because the river's too dirty. Not horribly big, but just off color and not clear enough to properly cover water and get them to eat. So there's a fine line between they can't see far enough away to be able to catch many fish, and what's been happening on some of these days is they've gone 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days without seeing well. That day where it just becomes clear enough and calm enough for them to forage, they eat like crazy. So it's been boom or bust on the river. Fingers crossed we don't get tons of rain over the next couple of days, and we'll just continue to fish a falling, clearing river. And the river itself is fishing a lot like it does in like May and June, meaning the water levels right now are what they would ordinarily be in May, which would be much higher. And so we're having to mend a lot if you're fishing streamers and you're fishing crayfish patterns or some of these cool new flies that you've been seeing the guys at the shop here put out. You have to mend quite a bit to cut down through all that heavy flow to get down deep if the fish are sitting on the bottom. So playing the angles, quartering upstream, throwing mends. If you mend too big and you get eaten, you won't even know it. If you don't mend enough, your fly will never cut through. So using the right amount of weight, finding the right angles to flow, quartering up, being able to read line really well. Remember, if they can't see your bait, we typically don't get to see the eat either. And so fishing things like clawdads and critter mites, where you're really having to study the line, you've got to be totally dialed in and keen on what is an eat, what is bottom. You should be paying really, really close attention for those. You know, everyone thinks smallmouth, oh, they're aggressive, they just eat really, really hard. Well, they can, and they do, but they also can eat really subtly. They can also eat coming straight at you, which doesn't pull on your line at all when they're doing that. So you have to kind of become a master of line reading when the conditions are like this. And then of course, as everything drops and the water clears and we can start fishing brighter colors like white again, and you're up in the water column, you go right back to seeing the eat. You'll be shocked at how many times you were getting eaten and it doesn't even register on the line at all. So these are things to help you in colored water, focus a little bit more, focus on what type of action you need to have on the fly, how fast you need to be stripping it. And then hopefully what we have is just a clearing, dropping river for the next few days. Looks like there's maybe a chance of rain Thursday when we go from really hot to really cool. There's a good chance we're gonna get some more rain. So keep an eye on all that. For those of you who haven't been on the river much this year, give us a call or check those stream gauges to see if you can get out there. It should just get better and better as we go further into August. The water, if it can continue to drop, we will start to get more active fish. They haven't fed properly. We're like halfway through our growing season, okay? So the fish put a lot of weight on after spawn in the month of June and July, August and September. So we're like halfway through their feeding season, and they've had a lot of their feeding season interrupted with large flows and poor visibility. So they got, 8-9 weeks to pack on the weight. So get out there and really enjoy the bass fishing. And hopefully if we keep getting lower and clear, we'll be talking more and more about top water, all right? Because the food is there on top. The damselflies are all over the place, the dragonflies, the cicadas, they're everywhere, all right? But if they have to swim through 5 feet of heavy water, dirty heavy water, to eat on the surface, you're just not gonna get those topwater eats. So anyway, hopefully this week brings us a little bit calmer, a clearing situation on our warm water streams. It would be great to get out there and be able to sight fish a little bit, topwater fish a little bit, maybe even target some carp, something we love to do in the summer months. But a couple more of these big afternoon thunderstorms might change those plans up. And then it's off to the mountains or the spring creeks to fish for trout, which has been awesome. So anyway, the cycle kind of continues. The big news story for this week is it's going to get really hot, followed by really, really cool. I don't know if y'all remember last August, we had a similar situation. We had lows in the 40s for like a week and a half in August. It felt awesome, especially after a heat wave. So this coming weekend, if we have that nice, cool conditions and good water flow, get your families out there, get your friends, get out in the water, enjoy it. You can always check in with us later in the week for updates to the conditions. So anyway, stop by and see us here at the shop. We've got a fully stocked store. All the new fly tying materials are flying out of here like crazy. And we just got a lot of things going on here, a lot of information to give out for you all. So hopefully we will see you in the shop soon. If not, I will see you back here next Monday with another forecast. Thanks.